What are your thoughts on what Major League Baseball and some of these companies have done in terms of attacking Georgia, yet they're perfectly fine doing business in communist China?
We've already dispelled this, guys. You can rip sports leagues.
According to an analysis of Donald Trump's tax records, which were obtained by the New York Times, the President of the United States has a secret bank account in China that he has never revealed in his financial disclosure forms.
I mean, I was a businessman doing business.
Yet be silent on not just your Lord and Savior's secret Chinese bank account.
Many Chinese government approvals came after he became president. The president's daughter, Ivanka Trump, also won Chinese trademark approvals for her personal business only after her father became president and she personally joined the White House staff and became a federal employee.
But his family's business dealings, it's hypocritical.
I guess they have the right to do what they want, but if you're going to stick your beak into issues that don't directly concern you, then I think elected officials are then going to stick their beak into issues that may not concern them.
So DeSantis, a man who basks in the supremacy of his party and wants to teach racism, xenophobia, and anti-science learnings to his children.
If you are a Major League Baseball, you're saying you have to move out of Atlanta because they're having voter ID.
Well, yes, that is part of it, but Ron, more importantly,
is that baseball is the most conservative of the three major sports in America, not including hockey, obviously. But because I don't think that the players, if you put it to a vote to the players themselves in Major League Baseball, I don't think this game gets moved. This is what I'm saying. This is not player-driven.
No, I agree.
This is corporate-driven.
As much as Major League Baseball may be winning liberals,
it's important for us to remember that Major League Baseball did what was best for Major League Baseball. And for me, this is one of those examples of where doing the right thing and doing what was right for business happened to align. It has to do with baseball not wanting to be associated with an insurrection.
It is, with all intents and purposes, a business decision.
Well, what about all the other jurisdictions that you're in that have, quote, more restrictive laws? What about the fact that you're doing business with the Communist Party of China?
Again, China is a talking point Republicans love. The National Republican Senatorial Committee even sent out a long, detailed memo on how to use China as a political prop, tied Dems to the communist nation, and even claimed China should bear responsibility in causing coronavirus. Meanwhile, because of this messaging and blame, the rise in anti-Asian violence has been driven from the mouth of prominent Republicans, including the 45th president. DeSantis claims to despise national leaders who cozy up to China. Alas, why is he mute when Trump forfeited U.S. leverage on China by stifling criticism on Beijing's aggressive stance on issues such as Taiwan, Hong Kong, and the Uyghur crackdown in return for a trade deal that could help him get reelected, per former National Security Advisor John Bolton?
The fact that you've done business with the Castro regime in Cuba.
Here's DeSantis thinking he's being slick, but in pure Republican fashion. As much as they may hate it, they use cancel culture to block Major League Baseball from signing players directly from Cuba to play professionally in the U.S., nullifying a historic deal the league struck in December with the island nation's Baseball Federation. Basically, the previous agreement helped prevent players from Cuba risking their lives to make it to the States and play professionally. It was a deal akin to Japan and many other countries where MLB clubs pay a fee to the Federation. Because this administration hates minorities and loves white people, they despise giving black ball players a chance to escape.
I think corporate America, by trying to genuflect to this wokeness, I think they've gone down a really bad road. They're going to tie themselves in knots trying to please the extreme left. What I've told people is, if the left is after you, the minute you buckle, you're just painting a bullseye on your back.
Not like the bullseye the GOP put on black voters in Georgia. Not the bullseye protesters have on their backs via none other than DeSantis himself when he introduced a bill that enables people using their cars to run over peaceful demonstrators. What I find particularly funny is DeSantis says sports leagues and teams should stick their beaks in issues that don't concern them. Yet,
You've got major cruise lines and Florida sports teams announcing that they will, in fact, require proof of vaccination. The Miami Heat says it's going to start seating vaccinated fans in their own section at the games.
So I did an executive order prohibiting that in Florida, both from government and from private industry. And we have a bill going through the Florida legislature that'll make that permanent.
Here's DeSantis sticking his beak in because it benefits him politically and financially to continue to push anti-vax viewpoints. It's pathetic, it's hypocritical, it's the GOP.
If you'd like to hear more thought-provoking content like TYT Sports on Facebook and to help in my journey to keep media independent, go to tyt.com/Rick.